me, but starboard is where I work full time, and that's where my heart is. And tonight is really a bit surreal for me because I was preparing what I was going to say tonight, and there's so much, to say in 5 minutes, but I realized that it was 30 years this month that my parents drove me to the Beta House, the old Beta House out on Magnolia Avenue. I'm about ready to get my age here, okay? But I was 15, pregnant, scared. I totally lost all hope in my dreams and my future. I lost my self-esteem. Certainly lost my goal of becoming an attorney. You see, this is my life. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be an attorney. I wanted to go to that big Ivy League school, become an attorney. And it's so funny because my parents, I used to argue and negotiate with my siblings too. I'm one of 5. And my family always said that I was stubborn, hard-headed. I called it practice, but here I was, 15 years old, standing at the Beta House on Magnolia. And the statistics really, I had some harsh realities, looking at me in the face, and that goal was gone. The statistics at that time were most likely I was not going to graduate high school. I was not going to get a formal education. I would live in poverty for the rest of my life, depending on others, government, my family. I could never make more than minimum wage without that formal education, and my child was going to suffer as well, because without the parenting skills, without any success in my life, what was I going to teach my child? Here's some facts that some of you may not know. Did you know that in the United States, or actually the United States has the highest rates of teen pregnancy in the Western industrialized world, and that teen pregnancies cost the U.S. about $9 billion annually? In Florida, in 2004 alone, the cost of 23,804 births to teen mothers totaled over $489 million. Of those, 52% of the costs were federal, but 48% was state costs. In Orange County alone, in 2008, there were 1,771 births to teen moms and an estimated cost to taxpayers of almost $36.5 million. And most of these costs were associated with the negative consequences of being a teen mom. Most of it was lost tax revenue due to decreased earnings, spending, who can spend if you're not making the money. 34% of teen moms in Florida are unemployed or do not have a full-time job. That means another 25% live below the poverty level. And 15% have no health care, not even Medicaid. Those are the statistics. And 30 years ago, this month, I almost became one of those statistics. And there I was, standing at the doorstep of the Beta House. And thank God I was there. It was through weekly and group individual counseling. It was through parenting and child development classes that had really small class sizes and very dedicated teachers and volunteers. It was Beta who reminded me that I still had goals. I still had dreams. They helped me achieve, they helped me develop skills to cope with the adversities of being a teen mom. And let me tell you, there's a lot. You don't get looked at like a normal teenager. You carry around, a child. You're kind of looked down on. But it was Beta that gave me that can-do attitude. And it was Beta who pushed me to continue with my education. I remember it was Sister Rose, showed up on my doorstep. It was actually a friend's house because I had to move out after I had my daughter. And she showed up on my doorstep with a crib, a package of diapers, formula, 2 pink dresses, and my school books. And just like now, I just cried and I said, Sister Rose, I was still 15 at the time. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a home. I'm living with friends. I have a baby. I just don't know what to do. And I cried, and she took my head in her hands, and she said, Jennifer, you're a smart girl. You can figure this out. I didn't listen to her right away. By the time I was 27, I was a single, divorced mom, now with 2 children, one with special needs. And it was right after I got divorced that I realized, you know what? Beta was right. You know, I had the parenting skills, I hope. My kids may disagree with you, but, you know, I had some pretty good parenting skills, but I didn't have that education. And now, I was a single mom, I had to have that career, make enough money to support my kids. So you know what I did? I did go to this prestigious school. You may have heard of it. It's Rollins College over in Winter Park. Yeah. I studied growth management and environmental studies because really my goal was sustainable development. I was really into that. And by this time, I was actually a licensing specialist working at Starwood Vacation Ownership. And that was the closest I had ever gotten to my dreams of working as an attorney. I worked with attorneys that I admire very much. And so I got pushed at work, and, you know, Sister Rose's voice was in my head, you can do it, you can do it. And, you know, I still had dreams of becoming an attorney, but it wasn't a realistic goal. Come on. You know, I was still a single mom, 2 kids. But after leaving Rollins, I transferred to UCF, and I decided, you know, I'm gonna get some more legal studies, and I graduated with my BA in legal studies the same year my daughter graduated high school, and that was the Beta baby. And it was a very proud moment in, you know, our house. Finally, I was the first college graduate in my house, but that wasn't enough for me. Again, Sister Rose was in my head. You can figure it out. You can figure it out. So what the heck? You know, I applied for a few law firms in Florida. Law schools in Florida. Figured, what have I got to lose? If I don't go, I'm okay. I got this great job. I'm fine. Guess what? I got accepted to every single law school that I applied to with a scholarship. I chose Dwayne O. Andreas. I chose Dwayne O. Andreas School of Law at Vera University because they really offered a night program. That way I could still work, still be a good parent to my kids, and go to law school. And this is the biggest achievement. The year that I graduated law school, my autistic son graduated high school. So it was a big goal for both of us because it was a struggle for him too, but we did it. And I have to go back a few steps because while I was in law school, I had the opportunity to intern at Jones High School, and I was teaching substantive law to pregnant and parenting teen moms. And it was there that I really found my focus, and that was, I need to go back to my roots. I have to go back to Beta. I need to go back and show them what they taught me. You know, my life would not be as enriched as it is today if not for what I learned at Beta. And that's why I'm here tonight. Is the Matos family going to come up here? I want to say that on behalf of the Matos family, who you saw in a video earlier, I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to all of you and thank you for your support tonight. I also ask you think about the more than 350 families who are currently receiving services from the Beta family. We have an opportunity right here tonight to help fund a journey. I'm going to announce my personal contribution of $350 to help support the program, and I encourage each of you to open your hearts and donate tonight so that others like me, Shanika and Travis, and that you saw in the video, the Matos family, to reach our full potential. I want each of you to donate tonight so you can buy another young girl like me their hopes and dreams back. Thank you.